All right, we should be live. I'm just waiting for the YouTube to start actually broadcasting. That would be nice. Come on, come on. There you go. I see it loading. There we are. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to Evolution Racing Academy Server 2, Round 4. We are at Laguna Seca for this round of the championship, and obviously that's always a fun time out in the desert. The iron cars are on the track right now, looking to set up their qualifying times. We are riding with the current pole sitter, Brandon Harvey. That will probably not last, because this is, of course, the iron part. Everybody, if there's an issue with the audio levels, etc., please let me know. I can take action and fix that, obviously, but doing it on the fly and audio sampling is a little bit hard for a one-man job. All right. So Laguna Seca is, of course, a famous track out here in the United States of America, out in California, and it is a desert track. It has the famous quartz return, and is generally a pretty challenging one to race side by side with. So we're going to be looking for people who can put up really, really clean laps here today, because charging back through the field is going to be hard. That means that you need to do a really solid job of traffic management as well, because that's going to be a problem. Obviously, the iron drivers are, for the record, a little bit, are not really candidates for pole for two reasons, essentially. Number one, they are the slowest drivers in the field on paper. But number two, they are also out here on a green track, which means that they are probably not going to be the fastest out there. I am being told that maybe I need to turn myself up a little bit. Let me see if I do anything about that. The answer is probably, unfortunately, because I am at max in OBS. Maybe, can I do something with the volume? I think so. Sorry to the iron guys, I got started a little bit late today, unfortunately. Open sound settings, please. Let's see what we can do here. Oh! Okay, I think I maybe have found an issue. Alright, hang on. Hang on. My Windows, for some reason, is recognizing the wrong microphone. So hopefully that can help a little bit. Realize that the laptop audio is technically live, which is not great. Let's see. Well, we're starting a little bit late in that I'm not able to cover the iron guys as thoroughly as I want. So the apology is more towards the iron who I like to give a little bit of love to. So there is that. Not really anything in there I can do. Turning myself up is going to be a hard one. I can maybe... Hang on. The audio is going to get really, really crappy and then hopefully better, because I'm going to turn the mic away from myself to get at the volume. A literal gain. Hang on. Is that any better? If that's better, let me know. If it's quieter, let me know, because that also means I turned the knob the wrong way. So, there is that possibility. Alright, ooh, we do have somebody whose name doesn't appear to be showing up correct. Let me see if I can figure out who that is, because it's P with a bunch of dots. And needless to say, that's a little bit problematic. Oh, it's PR Chris. Okay, so what I think is going on here is his last name is just a dot. And that is, that's a little bit lame, obviously. I'm gonna see if I can game filter here. Add extra half dB to myself. There we go. Okay. Maybe I'm too loud now. Let me know. Anyways. So the Iron guys are out there driving around right now. We have, let's see here, our Iron crew is Brendan Harvey on pole position at the moment. Again, that will not last. We have PR Chris, Matthias Wiedemann, Sean Young, Fez, Idris Cahill, Pat Fortune. Oh, hang on. Hang on. We got ourselves an Nissan. We got a Godzilla. Oh, hang on. I see something in chat here. I can't quite see because my monitor is in the way. There we go. I just realized it's the track where my wheelbase decided to spontaneously combust. Fun time. Yeah, that could be a fun time. That could be a thing. I've done a lot of racing at Laguna Seca because I race in predominantly North American communities, of course. So the North American tracks tend to be really popular, and of course, there's not many in Assetto Corsa. There's not even that many in Race Room Racing Experience, which is the other sim I do a lot of action in. So I've seen a lot of Laguna Seca. Never raced here in person though, which is disappointing because I have actually turned a wheel in anger, so to speak, at Watkins Glen. So that's always a special track for me. But I do not have the same connection with Laguna Seca. Harvey's up quite a bit, 0.6 of a second. He is a new face that I don't believe I've seen before. Of course, we do have championship leader Sean Young. Oh, Sean! You've gone with the basic BMW livery. The guy. I'm disappointed. I'm a little disappointed, not gonna lie. Sean's prior livery was like kind of nice looking. Or maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Could be the case. The bronze drivers have been deployed. I suppose, you know, let's get ourselves a tour of the track here. Who is going early? Young is probably going in the pits. I want car 205. Nope, that's Cahill. 164? Is that also an iron? That is not an iron. Okay. Car 164, Adam Stewart. You are going to be our guide to the track. My money is going to the Nissan for Iron P1. Hey, is there something we need to know about Mr. Fortune? All right, we begin a lap of Laguna Seca here, heading down the straightaway down towards the Andretti hairpin, which is a pretty complicated piece of turn, to be honest. You can see Adam getting a little bit of power slide in there, but he gets through it reasonably okay. We head on down towards turn 2, which is ironically a really good overtaking spot. So we expect to see some action there. Into turn 3, here we go. I do not know the names of most of the turns around this track, so you are getting the turn number system here. Turn 4 heads us into the uphill section. This one's also pretty hard to get right. You can see Adam getting a little bit of power slide through there as well. And then we head up towards the kink, which is this fast one right there. You want to keep as much speed as possible, and of course the highlight of the entire track here, the corkscrew. Uphill, downhill, sliding on through, over to Rainey. And then we'll just finish this off with, again, turn numbers here, going through the final 2 turns of the circuit. That is a lap of Laguna Seca. That is what we are doing here today. All right, so Adam going 5th quickest, by the way. I suspect we'll see faster and faster. The track is still green, so we'll see who can do a little bit better. And 2nd place for Maru in his Honda NSX. Oh, look at that! We got flags! Woo! We got flags! Finally, the custom entry list has been updated to include the flags. I did a stunning amount of research into how to get the flags to work for my own community, And forgive me, I'm a little excited that we finally have them here today. Let's see if anybody's near the end of a lap here. Oh, Bacher's almost at the end of his lap. Let's see what we can do. Oh, I think he's got an illegal lap time, actually. Well, this may not be terribly helpful. All right, coming across the line, Bacher will take nothing, like I said. Oh, no, there it is. There it is. It was just delayed. We got 8th place. Okay. Just got Massacreiser on the track. And he's heading up towards the corkscrew, I do believe. There's the kink. And there's the corkscrew. Somebody going a little bit slowly through there. Didn't recognize the livery, so it could be somebody new to the field. Final turn. I have no timing date on this lap, so I think it's illegal. So I have no idea. I have no idea if it's going to get him anywhere. And the answer is no. So that was illegal. It looks like some people don't have their flags working yet. Could be that the administration does not know their nationalities, potentially. That is on the table. Jeffrey Bacher has got a decent lap going on here. Not going to threaten pole or anything, but should jump him up from his current 9th place. And it does to 3rd quickest. So pole position still belongs to Iron Driver Harvey. But you can see that the bronzes are starting to get very close to it. Marud very close, as well as Bacher, Arnold, and Adam Stewart. I should probably get the standings up here really quickly. Acquaint you with how the championship is going right this second. Sorry guys, I'm a little under the weather, so there's like a little bit of a mucusy thing going on. So I do find myself having to pause a little bit. Championship leader at the moment by 3 points is Freddie Murley in the silver category. Stuart Parsons 2nd place, followed by Miles Stone, followed by Mickey Taylor, Tatis Volkel, Finley Gamble, Nelson Ambrozosa, Isaac Jordan, Kevin Shepard, and Cedric Muir. That is your top 10. In the bronze category, it is Robert Volt leading the way by 6 points over Adrian Marud. Jeffrey Bacher is 1 point behind that. Then it is Adam Stewart on 28 points and Massacreiser on 24 points. Professional Hater leads the way in the iron category. I don't think he's here today. He leads from Sean Young by 2 points. Lou Wez is quite a ways back, actually. It's really a 2-horse race at this point. What is this, Dennis? You have thoughts about Adrian right now? Idris Cahill in 4th place and Matthias Weidman in 5th place. Marud, yes, has taken pole. Who's on a banger right now? Looking for a banger. Adam Stewart's got a good lap going. See what he can do. Let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook. Into the final turn here. Stewart should move up to, looks like probably about 6th place with this lap time here. We got a very good at last turn there. It might actually go further. And it's 5th place. So I was a little bit off. He got a very good run out of the final turn. Chris Stancer, very early days in his lap, but he's up a fair bit. So he's got a weak sector 1 on the board. Yeah, I'm looking at his time actually. His sector 1, his best sector 1 is quite a bit off of everybody else's. So hopefully he can sort that out there. Adrian has a new rig, so I have a lot of money betted on him, and he better not disappoint me. I see that you have nothing but the purest of intentions on the matter, sir. Nothing but the purest. Also, I do need to set up the stage here in the ERA chat. If anybody's going to get in to talk to me on Discord, there we go. Start page. Laguna Seca commentary. You. And we're in there. All right. Not that anyone tends to poke their head in, but you know, it's good if we get anybody. No one on a burner right now. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Jeffrey Bacher, a little bit rough through corkscrew. All right, I think he gained a delta by overcooking the intro. You won't stab someone if they fail to meet your expectations. Well, that's good. Nobody on a burner right now, so let's just have a look at some liveries, shall we? Adrian Maroon, your current pole sitter, the man from Norway, sporting the Rebel Alliance livery. We've got, of course, Jeffrey Bacher, who we've seen previously. Robert Folt, your championship leader in the bronze category, currently in 4th place in his Aston Martin. We've got Adam Stewart. We had a look at his earlier. That's a very nice livery. I'm a big fan. Chris Stancer, of course, with the very classic-looking McLaren. And Reiser with the... you know what? I like the color combo. I do, but I have to say it's a little bit dull. It's a little bit on the dull side. But that's just me. Okay. We got a good lap going on. Adam Stewart is up about 0.8 of a second. All right, this could be... Oh, okay, he got a bad run through the final corner. Still, this is going to be a pretty solid lap. Oh, 2nd place. Currently puts him on the front row along with Maroon, so it'd be a Honda Lamborghini front row right now. But of course, we do not yet have the fastest drivers to hit the track, which is the Silver Boys: Stuart Parsons, Milestone, Samuel Tetley, Mickey Taylor, Nelson Ambrazosa, Kerry Patented, Cedric Muir, Lucas Geese, and there are possibly more people here today that I'm just not aware of. But that is what we have on the time tower right this second. Next question: Freddie Murley here? Freddie Murley is here. Championship leader is in the building. Robert Volt's got a pretty reasonable lap going here. This will pop him up to about 4th place or so. Yep. Bang on. So Harvey's lap time is still hanging on there. 3rd place for the Iron Group. So the 463 car looking like the car to beat in the Iron category by some margin. That's about 7/10 on Sean Young. No professional hater day, so Young should probably take back the championship lead on this occasion. I would hope. Although there is the drop score to consider, so missing a round is not as big of a deal because you do get to drop your lowest score, and that does mean that you are able to, you know, not be ruined by just not showing up for a round. Anyways, I do see the silvers have been unleashed. Stuart Parsons, Milestone, Mickey Taylor, Nelson Ambrazosa, Kerry Patton, and Lucas Geese all on the track. We'll see what they can do. But we are watching the last of the bronze qualifiers. Nobody has a great lap time going though. In fact, Bacher's going to abandon his lap because it wasn't very good. And the car we're watching right now, Robert Folt, is probably not going to improve on his lap time. Although, good run through the final corner. Nope, never mind. Ended up off the track. Nothing there. Who's going to be our first silver to put a lap time up? It'll be the 401 car of Stuart Parsons. So let's go. Stuart Parsons has been a rapidly fast driver here in the Ferrari in this series, and we're looking forward to seeing what he can do here today. There's the Ferrari 296, which is the newest of the Ferrari GT3 cars. Previously, of course, I have not driven this car, actually. This is I think the only car in the game. No, this and the Mustang are the only GT3 cars in the game I have not driven, and I really should fix that. I really should get out there and do that, but I haven't found anybody who wants to do an endurance round in either of them. My my usual endurance teammates are very front-engine heavy, which, I mean, to be clear, I am as well, so that works. It's probably why I partner with them. But we do a lot of Lexus, a lot of BMWs, a couple of Nissan runs every so often as well. Getting through the corkscrew here. So Parsons getting done. Parsons would be my pick for pole. I've seen very good things from this Ferrari 296 here on this track. So I would imagine, given his standard repertoire of very fastest and challenging, that he is probably the man to beat. I'm historically not really a Ferrari guy, Dennis, but like I do try to drive every car in the game at some point just to get a feel for it, so that I can understand what the drivers are going through. I historically, of course, do not like the Porsche. There's second quickest for Parsons. I historically, of course, do not like the Porsche, but that doesn't mean that there isn't something to be gained from it. Oh boy, I need a beverage. Just a second. Never buying the grape again. Oh. Normally I have a no-name peach drink juice that I drink during these because it's, I don't know, it's like, it just hits the spot. It's got the flavor and it's got the hydration qualities I like, and it doesn't really kind of mess up my voice at all. The grape is a little strong. The grape is a little, they didn't have peach, so I got grape. It's not great. Not doing it again. I mean, I guess if it's the only flavor there, I'll take it, but it's not great. 19th quickest there for Steve Tetley. Anyone on a burner? Mickey Taylor's got a good lap going on here. This should get him up into the top 10 here if he keeps it up. That being said, he's still got to get through the corkscrew, which is a make or break point of this track. As he is also driving the Ferrari 296. It has been a dominant car here in Server 2. Probably the most popular? Am I wrong on that? I'm pretty sure it is the most popular car in this server. Maybe not here today, but like overall. And Taylor goes 15th quickest. Had a bit of a rough third sector there, so did not quite do as well as I thought he would. Fabio Varro is on a good lap here in the McLaren. He is currently over a second up, so this is a possible pole time here, or at least provisional pole. I would assume that we are going to see faster laps down the stretch here. Cold track out there, Nick. When are we racing here in Laguna Seca? Is this are we racing in the middle of the winter? Because I don't think this part of the country gets 14-degree weather, but that's just me. Fabio Varro goes third quickest. Didn't quite have the third sector he wanted. The bad drivers, me included, love it. Don't downplay yourself. Isaac Jordan making his way to the end here. He's got a decent lap going. This could be a top 5 time, at least for the time being. Indeed. Moves up into second place. Taylor's on another burner. And this is going to improve him up there. Basically, this time he just got the third sector right. He goes to 9th quickest. He previously had a good lap for 2 sectors and blew it up in the third. So, not great there. Tadej Volkel's a championship contender here in the Porsche, racing for Polaroid Racing. Love the livery, by the way. Very classy. Very old school. And he's got a decent lap going here. This should bring him up to about 9th or probably about 9th on the grid if he keeps it up at this pace. Doesn't mean that he will, but he's into the final turn, into the home stretch, about 7/10 up. So here we go. And indeed, that's going to be 9th place. I have an affinity with numbers. I make them dance. Elshong Perry, who's had a rough season. Rough season for El Perry. And currently on a good lap here, though. This should bring him up to about 17th or so on the grid. At a guess. We'll see what we can do here. New sim equipment should hopefully arrive this week. Excellent! Looking forward to seeing you back on the track, Dennis. As much as I've enjoyed interacting with you in chat, it would be better to see you on the track. that would be better. Track trumps chat. And Perry goes 14th quickest, actually a little bit better than I expected. It looks like only Marood has the flag, so I am wondering if there is actually a change in the entry list, or if Marood is just not on the entry list for this particular event. Not sure what the deal with that is. Oh no, Volkol's got his up as well. Okay, it's gotta be that we're implementing some of the flags. It's maybe a slow implementation of the flags here. We've got Norway, we've got Lithuanian play, and by the way, Volkol there messing up his lap in the last turn. Unfortunately, he had a good one going. Kerry Pattinen currently got a decent lap going. Nothing extraordinary, but it's going to be a personal best for the session. It's about 4/10 up. We'll see if he can hold it, obviously. Into the final turn. Lost a little bit of time. But it's... Oh, quite a bit of time, actually. Got way too much curb there, and this is going to be barely improved. No improvement in position, but that is a better lap time than he had on the board prior. As per usual, we are playing the game where I'm looking for anybody who's on kind of a hot lap to see their improvement, but really much going... Oh! Milestone! I think I understand. R.I.P. Joshua Freeman. Yes, the Evolution Racing Academy has lost Joshua Freeman. I did not know Joshua, and I don't think I had the details to share or anything, but obviously heavy hearts and rough times after we just had the tribute race at Bathurst as well. So, looks like maybe Stuart Parsons got into contact with somebody. I saw him off the track there as well as another car. The Boatley navigates its way through the corkscrew. I'll be sure to provide content, be an absolute war criminal. Well, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. I am here to try to make the most of what you guys give me. We have not checked in with championship leader Freddie Murley in a bit. He has a good lap going here. Should be second place. Second place. Another Norwegian driver, so it looks like we're starting with the Baltic and Scandinavian states as far as the flags are concerned. Hello, Samuel King. Welcome to the chat for today's race. Tadas Volkol's on a pretty decent lap here. This should put him up to about 7th quickest if he keeps up at the pace he's at. We'll see if he can hang on. We've seen a lot of guys mess up that final turn, which, I mean, I don't blame them. That's a tough turn. It looks simplistic if you're not driving, but driving, it's got a thing or two. And Volkol did indeed lose a little bit down the stretch there and will only improve to 9th place. I had him going a little bit higher, perhaps. Gary Patton's got a decent lap going here, but he's under pressure, actually, from the championship leader, Freddie Murley, who is right behind him. And probably is not loving it right now. An invasion of Scandinavia sounds like a good idea. let's calm it down a little bit. We're living in a world where that might happen. Last laps are coming through. Oh, good one for right now for Samuel Jardine in the Lexus. Almost a second improvement as he moves up into 21st position. Yep, it'll be the last lap times for the guys who are out on track right now. The checkered flag is out. Last chance saloon, everybody. Not much improving right now. Miles Stone and Isaac Jordan have moderate improvements, but I don't think it's going to take them anywhere particularly different than where they are currently in 4th and 8th place. Through the corkscrew. And Isaac Jordan also making his way through the corkscrew there in the McLaren. Oh, that's not good. I don't think you need to be a racing expert to know that that is not good. Absolutely dumb. No, Burley's in the same boat as him. I mean, they're less. He got it by less than 2/10. We've seen more dominant runs, is what I'm saying, from Parsons in the past. So keep that in mind. Just let this wrap up here, and then we'll go into the grid. All right. So your grid for today's race: Stuart Parsons and Freddie Burley will be on row 1. Row 2 will be Fabio Varro, Isaac Jordan, Nelson Ambrosa, and Mickey Taylor, and all Ferrari row 3. Adrian Marud, the pole sitter for the Bronze Boys. He'll start inside row 4 with Miles Stone. Row 5, Tatis Volkel and Steve Tetley. Row 6, Lucas Gies getting a decent qualifying effort in. Gies has been, like, I don't know, just battling with, like, solo lap issues. And Cedric Murr will start alongside him. It's an all bronze row 7 with Jeffrey Bacher and Adam Stewart. Kerry Pattenden and Samuel Jardine, row 8. El Perry and the pole sitter for the Iron Crew, Brandon Harvey, on row 9. Row 10, Robert Volt and Maciek Reiser. Row 11, Chris Stancer and Sean Young. PR Chris and Matthias Weidman will be on row 12. Lou Wes, Idris Cahill, row 13. Matthew East, who has been promoted to bronze from iron. I don't. He may not have been iron. I may be misremembering, but he'll be on the back row with the Nissan of Pat Fortune. So there you go. I also had the theory that the Ferrari was the most popular car in the field. There are 5 of them in today's field. Let's see, is anything else close? There are 5 Lambos as well. So it's a Ferrari and Lambo shared crown of the most popular car. There are 5 of each of them. There are also 4 McLarens, so the McLaren is fairly popular as well. And there are 4 Porsches. But yeah, I was right. The Ferrari is tied for the most popular car in the field today. And I think it's still the most popular overall, because I think there's a couple of, like, random in and out Ferraris, whereas I'm pretty sure the Lambo crew is just the 5 guys that are here today. I don't think that there's anybody missing. We're populating the penalties here. 5-second penalty for Freddie Murley. Oh, another 5-second. Oh, that's not good. Maybe the only guy who can take the fight to Stuart Parsons got 10 seconds of penalties. That's not great. Samuel Jardine's on 15 seconds of penalties. Ouch. 45 seconds! What did Samuel Jardine do at Bathurst? What happened? What happened? Mickey Taylor and Adrian Marud with 5 seconds apiece. Committed a war crime, clearly. Well, I feel like a war crime has to be more than 45 seconds. So we need something between a racing incident and a war crime to cover what Jardine did. Must have fought a marshal. Oh, no. Allow me to assure you, Samuel King, as a guy who has done some racing in my time, fighting with the marshals will not get you a penalty. The stewards do not care about the marshals. They do not care. As somebody who has been the marshal that you are fighting, not the case. Maybe more jewelry while driving, or maybe he swore in an interview. I mean, this is not F1. Although I will say wearing jewelry while driving is quite dumb. I will say that. As much as the penalty was also dumb. Oh, you talking to me, Samuel, with the that's crazy? I mean, I've volunteered as a marshal at my local track, which is Mosport, a couple of times. And I'm not going to lie, there has been some verbal altercations, some shoving, some roughhousing with drivers, and no, the stewards do not care. The stewards will not take action. There will be no race penalty for doing such a thing. That's true. That's true. I would like to think that the community has a more logical approach to penalties than F1 usually does, though. Also, I was a fan of F1 back in the early 90s, so when it comes to like stupid penalties, I think the current day doesn't even have the current day has jack on the classics. I think we're gonna let's have a look. We'll look at the start from Lucas Geese's point of view, unless I have to adjust anything. "20 seconds till engine start." Well, when you're allowed to go. I hear engines going. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. There is some gas today. And not the good kind that you want. So, do forgive the slight drop in commentary quality that is brought upon us. Here we go. All right, Lucas Geese has got the Team Up Garage livery, which I like this livery. This is my favorite in-game Honda livery, probably available. If Adrian F's is up, I will actually report a claim on his rig. Just because he has a rig doesn't mean that he's not going to mess up. You're putting too much pressure on him. And through the lovely countryside here of California. Again, I'm always impressed that there's like that in Assetto Corsa that there is so much detail. Like I've noticed that like the track files include like parts of like renderings of parts of the environment that you would absolutely never see otherwise. Like just in general, like to get one's car to the areas that are rendered is would be a vague impossibility. Look at the midfield here. I guess like the upper midfield, I suppose. which is usually a good spot to look for action here at the start of the race. We'll be on manual camera for the early going here as I try to keep track of everything, and I want to make use of replays, and of course we know the replays break the auto director, so auto director may come into play later, but for now it is my finger controlling the action. And we are in the final straightaway. Somebody is electing to start from the pits. That is, I think it's Reiser. It is Reiser. And we are green here at Laguna Seca. Heading down to the first corner here. Stuart Parsons in the lead. He's got the inside line. Against Freddie Murley, the championship leader. There they are. Oh, Murley is getting swamped from behind by Fabio Varro. He's coming through into second place as well. There is action. There is lots of action throughout the field. And we are here in Laguna Seca. And I see Adrian Maroon, I think, up a couple of spots. But we are updating the timing as we speak here. Figuring out how everything is going. Reiser is still in the pit lane, so that is a problem, I think, beyond just trying to start from the pits. Freddie Murley has gone back a spot, losing out to Fabio Varro. Isaac Jordan on his tail with Nelson Ambrozosa and Mickey Taylor still maintaining 5th and 6th place. Ambrozosa is looking for an overtake, and he is going to maybe side by side in the corkscrew. Gentlemen, you may want to think better of this. No! Contact! Ambrozosa gets spun out by Isaac Jordan. We didn't get a great look at that. But that is what happens when you try to go side by side into the corkscrew. You are almost asking for trouble. Reiser has left the pit lane, so he is going to compete today. Adam Stewart, currently second place in the bronze category, battling with championship leader in that category, Robert Volt. It's over 14th place in the pecking order, but it is over 2nd place in the championship standings for that category. Oh no! Stewart and Volt get into it. I was looking away. I was looking away from the screen. And bad things happened. I was looking at the timing board. Stewart continues without too much fuss. He's got a BMW behind him. That's Matthew East. I do love that the orange livery East has got on that car. Very, very nice. He's going to lose out a spot there, though, to Idris Cahill in the yellow Ferrari. Through the corkscrew we go with the Boatley of Isle Stone on the tail of Adrian Maroon, Vocal right behind him, as well as Cedric Murr in the Porsche. So it is Parsons leading from Varro, Murley, Jordan, Taylor, Maroon, Stone, Vocal, Muir, and Tetley, your top 10. Good to see Steve Tetley up in the top 10. Not kind of rarefied air for him, honestly. So, salute to the Tetley. And leading the bronze, or leading the iron category, it is Brendan Harvey from PR Chris. Leading the bronze category, obviously, it's Adrian Maroon from Chris Stancer and Jeffrey Bacher, after Volt and Stewart came to blows. Also, it looks like Stewart's fallen further back, so that is particularly not worked out for him. Parsons with the lead. Varro is 1.7 seconds behind. Or Varro, I should say. Samuel Jardine, kind of racing just for the pride of the game with a 45-second penalty. He's had a really good start to the race, but I do not believe that Lexus is. Sadly, I do not think that Lexus is going to be what you would call a factor in this race, really at all. Lucas Keys had a bit of a moment there and has fallen back to 13th place. But I do love the livery, and I do love that Jardine is here despite racing under the better part of a lap in terms of penalty. He's going to lose a spot there to El Perry. He's got a little bit wide there, and Perry is going to take that spot away, heading into the Andretti hairpin there in the McLaren. Chris Stancer under pressure from Jeffrey Bacher. This is for second place amongst the bronzes. And in behind them is the iron leader, Brendan Harvey. Who, again, I must say, a lot of the BMW liveries, gentlemen, you're doing some amazing work. I expected more BMWs in this field, to be honest. I think that is an underrepresented car. Based on the abilities it has. But, that's just me. And my love of the front engine. So Lucas Geese is shown dropping periodically. I think there's maybe a connection issue with him where he's being promoted because the timing computer is losing him and then replacing him back in position, unfortunately. Tanis Volkel lost a spot there to Cedric Murr. I think Murr might have bullied him out a little bit based on how quickly the gap between the two of them opened up. This signifies a little bit of possible contact. Matthias Wiedemann overtaking Idris Cahill for 24th place. Oh, somebody spun off. It's also Lou Wes in the mix. Cahill in front again. Car falling backwards, I believe. I'm not sure who that was, actually. El Perry putting the pressure on Steve Tetley. This is a battle for 10th place. Whoa! That's a little bit too much curb, but Perry survives. Solid recovery. Samuel Jardine in the background. As Lucas Geese. Somebody got a little bit deep into the corkscrew, but didn't pay for it. I think that was Cedric Muir. Parsons up front now, leading by 3.1. Gap is growing. Geese is bopping in and out of existence a little bit, so that would be why the time chart is having a hard time keeping track of him. And El Perry looking to the inside. Tetley gets very wide. Made that quite a bit easier than it had to be, but he is coming back at him into the turn 2, which is technically turn 3 because turn 1 is like just a kink that is full force. Yeah, El Perry's got it. Also, Jeffrey Bacher picking up a spot. Let's give a quick replay here. This is important. This is for second place in the bronze category. And it looks like 15 seconds was not enough. My apologies. He is already ahead of Stancer at this point. So we will not be able to get that one. Should have gone with the 30-second replay. Samuel Jardine putting the pressure on Tetley now through the corkscrew. The Lexus chasing the Lamborghini. The 808 Lamborghini versus the 172 Lexus. Again, Jardine facing 45 seconds of time penalty, so just out here trying to make the best of it. We'll see what he does as far as aggression and so on, because it would suck. I will say this: if you go side by side with him and you get punted out. Hopefully the cars around him are aware it's a 45-second penalty and aren't going to risk their race trying to stay in front of them. But we'll see. Cedric Muir on the attack against the Boatley of Miles Stone. Also in the background there is Volkel. So the two Porsches trying to get past the big Bentley. For 7th place, Adrian Maru just ahead. the freshly new rigged Adrian Marood doing a great job out there for the Bronze Boys. Nelson Ambrazosa, who of course had contact in the corkscrew with Isaac Jordan. By the way, it's Chris Stanson off the track. Happened there. Let's get a replay. His car's just not moving. Okay. Yeah, just kind of had a bit of a tank slapper on his own and ended up off the track. Brendan Harvey leading an iron train here with PR Chris. And I'm just going to say championship leader Sean Young, because I think the only issue Young is behind Professional Hater in the standings is, well, number one, Professional Hater's tendency to get bonus points. But number two, I think that there's a really solid result currently being dropped from Young's score, which will probably come back into play later, I would imagine. Or if it doesn't, it's because he's had a really, really consistently dominant season. So he is my pick for the championship. It currently runs in third here behind the BMW of Harvey and PR Chris. Ambrazosa trying to negotiate his way through and should be able to get these overtakes without too much difficulty. After all, these are iron drivers. They are not battling with a silver like Ambrazosa, and they do not have the pace to stay ahead of the 296 Ferrari, sporting the 312 number. Adam Stewart also coming in behind him. Meanwhile, battle for second place. Freddie Murley is putting the pressure on Fabio Varro. Murley is carrying a 10-second penalty, so it's going to be hard to get a great result here for the championship leader. One of the more penalized cars. Nothing compared to Samuel Jardine, of course. But Freddie Murley is carrying that penalty that is going to make it hard to get to the top, and Parsons is kind of running away with this thing right now. Varro does not seem to have the pace to keep up with him. His fastest lap is about 5/10 off of Parsons. Although he was faster last time around, Parsons had a bit of a bad lap there, 24.455, which is almost a full second off of his fastest lap. And given that the tires should not be that worn or compromised at this point, it has to be said that that is a considerable thing. Miles Stone is off the track and dropping like a stone. Here he is rejoining. Or trying to rejoin, I should say. Not sure what happened to him, but he was running in the top 10. And no longer is. So top 10, Parsons, Varro, Murley, Taylor, Jordan, Marood, Volkel, Muir, Perry, and Tetley at the moment. Those are all silver cars with the exception of Marood, who is a bronze. And currently dominating the bronze at the moment. The next highest bronze is the 13th place car of Jeffrey Bacher. Murley gets the overtake done pretty easily there. I didn't have really much to say because it just looked like Varro kind of let him go, which maybe is not a bad idea. Miles Stone in the pits, by the way. Serving his mandatory pit stop quite early on. That is the BMW of Matthew East. That is sideways. Or it might be Sean Young. Pardon me, I think that was Sean Young. Adrian Marood, by the way, dropping way back. What? Hang on. What happened here? What happened to Marood? Looks like he's just getting swallowed up. Tatis Volkel and him going side by side on the way up to the courts. Did he try to hold it? And he just gets lost on the outside of the track. And that'll drop him down the order significantly. Still in contention for a bronze win here today. Puts himself in 3rd place behind Bacher and Volt. Cedric Mirror on the tail of Tadis Volkel with El Perry. Jardine is ahead of Tetley now. And Tetley. Lucas Geese also on the back end of this. It's a train that's battling for 6th place. Good run by Volkel so far, actually. Making up a fair amount of ground from a relatively pedestrian pace. And qualifying effort, Adrian! Yeah, I think Adrian pushed his luck a lot there, and it bit him. It bit him. Trying to go like 3 wide through the kink is not something I'd recommend to any of the racers at home. Geese on the attack against Steve Tetley. Tetley just seems to be had a really good start, and he's just been kind of going backwards since, but people have been in front of him, been making mistakes like Stone, like Maroon, and it's kept him in the top 10. Even though I don't think that he has the pace to stay there in the 808 Lamborghini. Lucas Geese is going to be next up. Nelson Ambrazosa, by the way, in the pits. So after an early contact, it looks like Ambrazosa is going to try and go for the undercut penalty, or the undercut strategy here, and try to manage traffic that way. Just kind of maybe pay the price of the late going. That is a Nissan, which is Pat Fortune, running around in the back, getting out of the way. A pretty good job with the blue flags, actually. Jeffrey Bacher on the back, Lucas Geese, and further back is Kerry Patton. Heading on through the corkscrew yet again. Muir versus Volkel. Up front, the gap has grown to 4.2 seconds between Parsons and Murley, who has pulled away 1.8 from Vero. So Vero is not keeping up with the big boys. Still should be in for a podium without any real issue, though, here today. Let's get hypothetical and say that Adrian is just messing about. Clearly he is too fast or wants to challenge himself, so he dropped down in order to make it interesting. At least that's what I assume. It's not if not my butcher. Dennis, you're taking this whole Maroon performance very personally, and I appreciate that passion. Not entirely certain it's healthy, but I appreciate the passion. Kerry Patton putting the pressure on Jeffrey Bacher, who has inherited the bronze lead as they battle for 12th place overall. Through the corkscrew. On they go. Field's starting to get a little bit spread out. Adam Stewart on the tail of Brendan Harvey, the iron leader. So this is iron lead versus 4th place in bronze. Stewart has been putting quietly together a nice championship level season. Perhaps, by the way, we have the 45-second penalty being served by Samuel Jardine. He's going to drop out right in dead last place. So that'll be an interesting development. Ambrazosa and Stone, of course, pitted earlier. They will, I think, easily beat him out. Let's just say your love language maybe needs some work then, Dennis. Might need a little bit of work there. Oh no! Okay, nice recovery. Nice save. Nice save. Adam Stewart gets a little bit too much of the sausage curve and still manages to hang on, so that's good. Patton made an overtake there of Bacher. Let's get that on replay. Looks like Bacher just kind of let open the door for him, honestly. Not much struggle. Again, this is a battle between two guys who are not in the same class, so it very well could be that Bacher just said, go through. To the silver-rated driver. I keep looking at the area where Lucas Geese is in the timing, but it's just that glitch that he's like blinking in and out of existence, so it's like claiming he's moving forward and back when it's not really happening. You know what the depressing thing about about Parsons' lead here over Murley is that realistically it doesn't look like he's even really pushing. Like, his lap times are, like, not even particularly great. He's just out there cruising. Not really pushing himself and just building the lead constantly. Put a lap there on Reiser. And Bacher is back ahead of Patton again. Patton, what is up? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, what happened to Patton? Kerry Patton's front end is not looking good. Oh, self-induced. Got on the sand and spun it out into the wall. That's going to be bad. Patton might want to consider a pit stop ASAP to try to get that fixed up because he didn't seem to have great pace today to begin with for the Silvers. He's pretty much been at the back of them. And it's not going to help having that kind of damage. Isaac Jordan having a good day. Up in P5. It's not been a great season for Jordan, to be honest, I think. I may be misremembering, but I think he's down in the order. Let's see here. Isaac Jordan, where are you? Down in 8th place in the championship. Had a really good run at Imola, but Monza and Mount Panorama were not great rounds for him. And he sees himself on 16 points. For comparison purposes, his championship rival is Kevin Shepard, who only did Mount Panorama. Only did one round of the championship. So after a 4th place in the opener, Jordan's not had a lot of success. So a 5th place today would be most welcome for the McLaren driver. Elshon Perry has, of course, had a rough season. Chases Cedric Muir, who lost a little bit of time there, hopping the corkscrew. Tadas Volkel up ahead. Perry has had a rough season. 0 points through 3 rounds that's a rough time. Muir dives into the pit lane, and Perry will inherit 7th place off the pit stop. Pat Fortune, how's Pat Fortune doing out there? Not great. Pat Fortune currently runs in 28th and last. We have a look at the Nissan. He is yet to pit, and is being lapped there by the Iron driver Matthias Wiedemann. So it is not great right now for the Nissan. Give it a little bit of shine, though, as there's not a ton happening right about now. It's basically just Cedric Muir doing his pit stop and, like, dropping back through the field a little bit. Jordan chasing Mickey Taylor for 4th place. No! RC Gingerbach. And, of course, the love affair with the Nissan. RC refuses to drive like anything but the Nissan in this game. So, just a heads up. That's not technically true. She did do the ESR Academy series in the Lamborghini Gallardo, so she can be persuaded to drive other cars. But Is Adrian Marud making time? Adrian is up to 12th place, so he is doing pretty okay. His last lap was not amazing at 23.34. He's quite a bit on his own, though. He's about 2.5 seconds off Robert Wolf and 1.6 ahead of Brendan Harvey. So, at the moment, not a lot happening around Marud, which may be for the better. Just means he can get pedal to the metal and get on with it. Runs in 3rd place in the bronze category behind Bacher and Volt. Excuse me. There was a burp and a yawn at the same time. Trying to save his neck? Well, I mean, right now he's doing fine. I just relay the facts as I see them, sir. Jordan looking for an overtake here on Nicky Taylor for 4th place. And should have it done through the Andretti hairpin here. By the way, I hate to pick at somebody's livery because I have no artistic talent myself, but Mr. Taylor, my friend, my person. You need to invest in something that's not a gunmetal gray like Ferrari. That is I feel like Ferrari itself would object to such a dull livery. No Perry in the pits. And not really much else going on. This is really the only battle on track. Taylor versus Jordan. There is nobody else within a second of the car in front of him, so we're going to be here for a little bit as they navigate their way through blue flag traffic. That is Reiser. Matthew East is in the pit lane, as well as Fabio Varro. There's Varro heading in as we speak. I don't know why I keep saying Varro. It's not name. It's Vero or Viero, perhaps. I don't know. I have not received pronunciation guides for a lot of names in the field, so I think the only person who's done so is Nelson Ambrazosa. I think is the only person who gave me a correction on how I was pronouncing the name. I go with what my gut tells me in this regard, and my years of watching combat sports and auto sports has taught me about name pronunciation, which is that there are no hard and fast rules. there is no way of knowing in some cases. But as somebody who's had their last name pronounced incorrectly in ways that I can't even comprehend, I do have a fair amount of desire to get it right. As by the way, we have a pit stop from Idris Cahill. We're getting there. Viero has rejoined in 13th place behind Adam Stewart, but ahead of Chris Stancer. And we got a little bit of a battle setting up here between Steve Tetley and Lucas Keys for 6th place. To be clear, this is not going to be 6th place overall. By the way, leader Stuart Parsons in the pit lane. And the lead has been handed over to Freddie Murley, which will not remain. I think in that case there is the Nissan of Pat Fortune. A little bit of an awkward moment there. Has definitely caused Geese some time, but I wouldn't necessarily blame the Nissan driver in this instance. Yeah, Fortune's been pretty, how should I put this, cooperative when it comes to clearing blue flags, but every so often you're going to get a moment that it's just bad timing. And now instead of attacking Tetley, Geese is under pressure from the bronze leader, Jeffrey Bacher. Rookie Chris in the pit lane. And a stop. Oh my lord. Ladies and gentlemen, the race win is suddenly up for grabs. Stuart Parsons, stop, go, penalty, 30 seconds. That has got to be for speeding in the pit lane. And the man who was dominating the festivities here today suddenly is not really in the driver's seat. He's out in traffic behind Samuel, that is Samuel Jardine is behind, but apparently not for position. Jardine is, right. Jardine pitted like long ago, so this would be a blue flag scenario. But Parsons has made an unforced error, taking a 30-second stop-go penalty. This is a big deal. Opens up the door for a Vieira win, opens up the door for Murley, opens up the door for Isaac Jordan, opens up the door for maybe Mickey Taylor. We are going to find out Taylor is in the pit lane as we speak. And in for the stop-go penalty comes Parsons. Also in the pit lane, that is Idris Cahill? Cahill was already in. Why would he be pitting again? Interesting. Cahill's pitting again, so that is a bad sign for the 205 car, because Cahill didn't get a penalty that I saw. And is making a second pit stop. Anyways, we're not going to watch the stop go, obviously. We're going to pick up Adrian Baroud, who's off the track again. Was catching up to Robert Volt and putting the pressure on, but has gone off the track right when the caster decided to take a look. So I believe we have our best example of a caster's curse there. And there we go. So there's not much going on there. Lucas Geese back on the back of Steve Tetley. He's within a second to put the pressure on for what is on track fourth place. Murley, by the way, in the pit lane. So this has turned into a battle for third place, but obviously not really a battle for third place. Most of our front runners have pitted. These two have not. And this is really a battle probably for somewhere around the tail end of the top 10, 10th, maybe 9th place when it's all said and done. Marood is in the pit lane as well. So the lead now belongs to the 404 McLaren 720S of Isaac Jordan. Pattis Volkel, Steve Tetley, Lucas Geese, Jeffrey Bacher out on track still as well. Robert Volt. And the highest ranking pit stop car is Freddie Murley, who will, when all the pit stops shake out, and assuming nothing crazy happens, will be the leader. You better stop it. Spectating Parsons, you'll curse him. I mean, if the action's around Adrian, I gotta go there, man. I cannot use my spectator curse power or my announcer's curse, caster's curse privilege on anybody. Everybody must be applied appropriately. Also yet to pick Matthias Weidemann, Masik Reiser. I think that might be it, actually. Looking on through the field here. I think that's it. So the top 6 plus 2 others yet to pit. I think everybody else, and I will confirm with the pit statistics here. Yeah. Side note, Idris Cahill's actually on his 3rd pit stop, so... Mr. Cahill, what is happening right now? What is going on with the 205 pit lane? Skis a little bit curved there. We've seen a couple people get a little bit curved, but we've seen some good saves today, so it's good to see. Steve Tetley, a little bit wide. These guys might want to consider getting in the pits soon. We are over halfway distance with 26 minutes remaining in the race. So now would be the time to get your tires changed for the best results possible in terms of tire wear. Caddis Vocals in the pits. Good call. Tetley, Geese, and Bacher will continue for another lap. Side by side into the Andretti hairpin. And Geese doesn't really push it as much as he probably could have. This is still really the only battle going on. I'm wrong. Samuel Jardine, after his pit stop, is starting to make a comeback through the field. He's on the tail of Matthew East. This is bronze versus silver. And up ahead of them, that is a lapped car. That is Idris Cahill, who, as I noted earlier, has been in the pits a number of times. We'll just put it that way. In a race with only one mandatory pit stop, he has been in 3 times. So Cahill is not having a great day. Isaac Jordan in the pit lane. And Steve Tetley will probably get to lead a lap if he elects not to pit here. And he's not going to. Steve Tetley to the lead in the 808 Lamborghini. Lucas Geese on the tail. Jeffrey Bacher also stays out. And Robert Volt. So they are going with the big overcut here. What are lap times like? You know what? I guess I have to repeal my previous statement because Tetley just did a 24.827, which is not a fantastic lap by any means, but his fastest lap is only a 24.69. So whatever's going on, the 808 has got some great balance on those tires because they are holding up, and the pace is still there. Samuel Jardine, who is second last of the Silver crew. Kerry Pattenden is behind. Pattenden, of course, had let's just say, an argument with the tire barrier, and that caused probably a fairly long pit stop. And gentlemen, side by side in the corkscrew is a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Matthew East overcooks it. There's a bump in the rear. Please ignore the yellow Ferrari. That's Idris Cahill. He's down 2 laps. And oh no! Cahill and East have contact! And East ends up off the track. East overplayed his hand. I think he needed to just give up on that battle right there. And he did not do that. And paid, let's just say, a heavy price. Massacre Reiser is battling here with Cedric Muir for 13th place. Reiser's yet to pit. Muir has pitted. Tetley and Geese are in. And that means that Jeffrey Bacher and Robert Volt are still running out there without... Oh, Lord. No. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I don't like the car language from Mir here. He wants through, and this is the corkscrew. Nothing happens, but there was a little bit of rage in that wheel turn there. Mir is not happy that the 254 bronze car of Reiser is fighting him really hard for this 13th place position here. Even though there is no remote battle here. Reiser has to pit, and Mir does not. They are in different categories, and Mir is going to get through here to 13th place here on the lead up to the Andretti hairpin. Reiser is still angling like he wants to fight for that spot. Other pressure going on. Jardine is being trailed by Brendan Harvey, as well as Lou Wes, who are second and third in the iron category. That being said, the current leader in the iron category is the number 400, Matthias Wiedemann, who is yet to pit. So this could be the battle for that lead. Lou Wes going off the track a little bit there. Isaac Jordan in the background making his way through. Those are blue flags for Jordan. He is the blue and yellow McLaren. And further back, also Les losing out to Matthew East, maybe? There is Freddie Murley coming through as well. Murley and Jordan are effectively battling for the win of this race. They're battling for third place right now. But when all is said and done and Volt and Bacher finally get in the bits, they'll be leading. You're talking to Reiser, I assume. I mean, it's totally legal for him to fight like that, but like I do agree with the chat there with Dennis that it's not helping. It's not helping your own race, and obviously it's going to generate a little bit of bad karma. Wes takes a shortcut through the corkscrew here. And by shortcut, I mean kind of ruins his tires in gravel. Lucas Geese caught up to Matthias Wiedemann. Keep in mind, Wiedemann is, like I said, not battling for position here. He needs to pit still. And in behind them, there is Stuart Parsons. So Geese wants to navigate this really quickly. Also, if I may be honest, Geese's car has been going in and out of existence with a bad connection. If I would particularly, if I was in Wiedemann's shoes, be looking to get this over quickly. But to be clear, not really in striking distance yet. There hasn't really been an opportunity short of just treating like a blue flag. And does elect to just say, I'm going to get in the pits here. Parsons goes down the inside of Geese and overtakes him for 10th place. That is for position. Geese and Parsons not really battling again. Parsons picked up that stop-go penalty, which has got him on a comeback streak here. Geese is fighting it, though. And he has every right to, down to the Andretti hairpin. And the number 15 Honda, overcooks it. Overcooks it. Parsons will get that. Still waiting on Bacher and Volt to pit. I think they are the last two, with Wiedemann having finally gotten to the pits. I'm going to be interested. Hang on, we're going to pay a little attention here. Where's Wiedemann going to come out? Because Wiedemann is battling with the 463 of Harvey for the win, who's going to overtake him. But I think he'll get it. Yeah, he's going to get out ahead of the 312 of Wes, so that'll be second place in the iron category for Wiedemann. Maybe not. Nope, Wes got out ahead of him. Okay, so third place. It was a little bit off. I thought he would get out ahead of Wes, but that did not end up happening. Alrighty. What do we got? And not really anything going on right now. Geese is the closest to a battle here with Parsons. Call me crazy, but I don't really think that Honda is going to be able to take the fight to the Ferrari. But we'll see. Geese is still out there. By the way, Geese had a rough pit stop. He was right on the tail of Steve Tetley when they pitted. And Tetley has come out some 7 seconds in front. So that is not great. Interested. Let's see here what the pit time difference was. Only 5. Yeah, it was about 5 seconds. Bacher pits from the lead, and that'll hand the lead over to Robert Volt, at least until he pit stops. The effective leader is Isaac Jordan, still, in the 404 McLaren. Be a big deal for Jordan to get the win here today. Like I said, season started with a lot of promise, really strong effort at Imola, but Monza and Bathurst did not go his way. So if he could pick up a victory here today, that would be a big deal. That would right the ship in a significant way. Parsons' next target will be Steve Tetley. This is for 9th place for the championship leader. who really kind of unforced today picked up a stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane, or at least I assume for speeding in the pit lane, and has ended up taking a surefire win off the table for... What do you think he could probably get up to, guys? Any thoughts? I think he could probably get Tetley, Backer, or Volt when he pits. So maybe 8th place? 8th or 7th? But obviously there's a big difference between that and taking home the race win. Both in terms of the mentality of the matter and also the championship. Russell getting the blue flags. And does a decent job. Oh, Parsons is impatient. I'm not going to blame Ricer for that one. That's Parsons being a little bit impatient. And risking a little bit of contact there with Ricer. Got through fine. I'm just saying. Pushing the luck a little bit. To stay on the tail of Steve Tetley. Up ahead of them, that is Sean Young. He's being given the blue flag. How is Young doing in the iron category today? Having probably his worst race of the season with professional hater absence in 5th place. We're used to seeing Sean Young win the iron category. And there's a little 3-wide action. Parsons going side by side into cake! Oh! Sean Young gets a little bit of curb and spins out. That worked out. I'm just saying. Parsons is taking some risks. And I appreciate that he kind of has to. I appreciate that he's come back from a penalty that obviously took the win off the table. But this is... It's a step beyond what I would do. We'll just leave it at that. By the way, fastest lap of the race, Isaac Jordan, 1:23.165. So he used toppled Parsons' fastest lap finally. And we pick up Freddie Murley, who's chasing Jordan for the win. They are up behind... is that Maroon? That is Maroon. We put the lap on. Miles Stone putting the pressure on Adam Stewart in the Bentley. Stone was running up at the top 10 early in the race, but had a contact with the wall that, as far as we can tell, was self-inflicted. We did not get a good look at it on replay, though. And is now trying to, kind of similar to Parsons, make his way back through the field. And Adam Stewart is next up on his list. Stewart currently running in 3rd place in the bronze category, behind Jeffrey Bacher and Robert Volt. By the way, Robert Volt lost out a bunch off of going super deep into the race, the overcut not working out. That being said, the overcut worked out beautifully for Jeffrey Bacher. So I'm not saying that I'm not saying it was the wrong move, but it didn't pick up the reward that he probably wanted to get on the table. Chat, let's hope this doesn't escalate to dangerous driving. Let's hope. Parsons is 1.2 seconds back of Jeffrey Bacher, who I imagine will not put up... Oh, hang on. Parsons just go off the track. He was ahead of Tetley. Now he's behind Tetley. Okay, whatever happened, we're not going to get on the replay here. More than 15 seconds go by the looks of it. But now behind Tetley. Meantime, Freddie Murley is putting the pressure on the championship leader. I keep forgetting if him or Parsons are winning the championship. Parsons should be winning the championship, but has picked up a couple. Yeah, as it stands, Murley is 3 points to the good over Parsons, and the winner of Bathurst. Parsons took the win at Imola, and Monza, of course, went to Miles Stone. So if Isaac Jordan wins here today, we'll have our 4th different winner this season, which would be pretty cool. Speaking of Stone, there he is, the Monza winner, running in 15th place. Overall, he is 12th place in the standings for the silver, which I think pays 0 points, if I'm not entirely mistaken. I believe it is a top 10 system. Yeah, top 10 system. So, as it stands, he would be coming away with 0 points from this adventure right now. Multi-title fight, call me in. Well, I mean, the title for the silver is pretty damn close. That is Sean Young getting it away. Pardon me, no, Fortune. Pardon me, that's a Nissan, not a BMW. But yeah, the silver title, like, it's kind of weird because Stuart Parsons has been clearly the fastest driver, like the dominant force of the championship. But the fact that he has actually only 1 win on the table, that being Imola, has meant that the championship is him trailing Murley by 3 points, with Stone only 2 points behind him, although today is probably going to be very damaging for Stone's championship run here. Keep in mind, Stone's already had a 0-point score, so there is no drop score to save him here. But there's also like Taylor and Volkel, and even down to like Finley Gamble if he was a little bit more here, and Ambrazosa, as far as like ability to compete for the title. So it's interesting. Somebody's off the track there and pointing the wrong direction. I think that is Idris Cahill. Corkscrew. Meantime, Parsons has picked up a spot over Bacher. So has Tetley. What happened to Bacher? We had a... okay. Just kind of let them through. All right. It's not the worst idea in the world, to be honest. Given the way that Parsons is driving a little bit angry right now. But, kind of not really required. So check in with Murley, who is trying to get that 2nd win. Looking to go back-to-back after winning at Bathurst. Up ahead of them is Pat Fortune in the Nissan. He'll get out of the way. Fortune's been very good about the blue flags. I'd say honestly he's lost too much time for under the blue flags. And Parsons appears to have gotten the overtake on Tetley. Let's see if we can get it in 15 seconds. He's already got the overtake done. All right, sorry, I missed it. I've been keeping an eye on Parsons, and I've been picking up when he's been picking up spots, but apparently not quick enough in this instance because he picked up Nissan just there to exist. Well, Parsons has got 22 seconds to make up the Volkel, so we probably won't see much for him for a bit. So we'll focus on the battle between Isaac Jordan and Freddie Murley for the win. Jordan gets wide. Murley down the inside and into the lead. The championship leader has got the job done. Now he's got 6 minutes to hold on. BMW to the front. Volkel's catching up to El Perry, so there's something going on there. Ooh, Tetley losing out to Bacher there. I'm assuming a kink mistake. Just kind of moving slowly. Must have been a kink mistake. Must have been a kink mistake. And leading up to the corkscrew, he just didn't have any momentum going. Right. So Murley with the lead. Jordan second. Viero is pretty safe in third. Not really much to talk about there. Volkel's putting the pressure on El Perry. He's having a phenomenal day, by the way. Congratulations to El Perry for bringing the action here today. Running in 5th place ahead of Volkel. Championship contender, Tatis Volkel. Giving this some shine to the other categories. In the bronze category, it is Bacher leading the way from Volt and Stewart. Maroon is 4th, followed by East. That's your top 5. And in the iron category, it is the newcomer Brendan Harvey leading from PR Chris, Lou Wez, Matthias Wiedemann, and Sean Young. I mean, I don't know if I would call RC a knife enthusiast, but she can be violent. She is a rugby player. Pressure is on. Volkel putting it on Murley or on El Perry at this point, looking for that 5th place. Murley, by the way, has pulled away 1.1 seconds at the front, so he looks on his way to victory here with 4.5 minutes to go. So 3 laps, maybe 4 laps, depending on where they are in this lap. Volkel trailing through the corkscrew. Not much. I mean, there's a couple other battles shaping up. Tetley's on the tail of Bacher. Geese is on the tail of Tetley. Murr is on the tail of Volt. So we got some things going on here. Got some fights shaping up late, which is nice. We did go through that like particularly long period of not a lot happening. We have found the answer. As Tetley goes down the inside of Bacher, who is being really guarded of his victory here in the bronze category. He just does not care about these silver drivers. He's just letting them through. He's like, I don't care. I am like 20 seconds ahead of Robert Volt, and I'm taking home the dub. You silvers can sort it out. Also got Cedric Muir putting the pressure on Robert Volt, so action could kick off there as well for the French baguette. Jordan making up some ground. Took about 4/10 out of that last lap out of Murley, so I don't know. Maybe Murley made a little bit of a mistake or whatever. Still had a good lap, so I'm just assuming maybe a little bit of blue flag traffic playing a role there. There's quite a bit of blue flag traffic around this track. This is a relatively short lap, obviously at 83, 84 seconds. So to see them getting caught up with some of these off the corkscrew. Wez, I believe. And a mistake by Robert Volt will let Mir through and into 11th place. Puts the best battle this one here. Isaac Jordan trying to catch up, trying to get that first victory as he trails Freddie Murley, the Bathurst winner, and on his way to possibly becoming the Laguna Seca winner. Murley is the dominant force when we are away from Europe, it seems. He's just putting it together. He had a penalty in this race, obviously, 10 seconds, but Parsons took himself out of the equation. By the way, I said Parsons would come home 7th place. It's looking like I'm right. We got a yellow flag out somewhere. Somebody is off the track. Let's see who that is. It looks like they returned to pits. It's New Wes getting out of the way. Seeing if any other action is kicking off, and not quite. There's a couple of like 1 second-ish gaps in the field that obviously would be something, but they don't feel like they're really going to be on fire here. So, this could be the checkered flag. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Murley off the track, side by side, to the line. We got one more lap. No, we don't. Isaac Jordan at the end. Oh my Lord! A last 5-second mistake by Freddie Murley gives Isaac Jordan the W here today. Phenomenal. Third place will go to Fabio Villaro. Fourth place will be Mickey Taylor. Fifth place, El Perry. Sixth place, Tatis Volkel. Seventh place will belong to Stuart Parsons. Pretty much indefinitely. Pretty much obviously. Oh no! The Nissan got caught up! Lucas Keys, Jeffrey Bacher, now in a battle to the line. Chris Stancer in the mix there. That's a lap car. I believe that's also a lap car in the form of Reiser. Although they may be battling for position as well. They are. Stancer versus Reiser in the background. We got two separate fights going on here. Steve Tetley to the line. He'll be 7th. Ahead of Lucas Keys and Jeffrey Bacher. Stancer hangs on against Reiser for 20th place. And what a finish to this race. It looked decided. It looked like it was over. And at the end of the day, apparently it is not. Isaac Jordan with the win. We have indeed our 4th different winner in 4 rounds here today. Murley was almost the man to handle this to get the second win. But he'll be on the podium. Isaac Jordan will take the win. Mickey Taylor, Tatis Volkel, Stuart Parsons, Steve Tetley, Jeffrey Bacher, Cedric Muir, Robert Volt, Nelson Ambrazosa. That is your top 10. In the bronze category, it is Jeffrey Bacher with the win against Robert Volt and Adam Stewart. And in the iron category, it will be Brandon Harvey, PR Chris, and Matthias Wiedemann, your podium. Can't script that. That was phenomenal. It's a great ending to the race. There's the full results. Jordan from Murley, Villaro, Taylor, Perry, Volkel, Parsons, Tetley, Gies, Bacher, Muir, Volt, Ambrazosa, Stewart, Milestone, a bad day in 15th place. Brendan Harvey, a phenomenal debut. Adrian Maroud, PR Chris, Matthew East, Samuel Jardine, despite a 45-second penalty, coming home in 20th place. Chris Stancer, Master Reiser, Matthias Wiedemann, Lou Wes, Sean Young, a bad day. He's a championship contender, and he will fall back off this. Kerry Patton did, Idris Cahill, and the Nissan of Pat Fortune rounding out the field. Everybody, by the way, seeing the checkered flag except for Arnold, who did not start the race. I assume that was a incorrect entry or somebody here to review something from the administration. Phenomenal race there, and we're going to get some interviews, hopefully, with some of the people, particularly Freddie Murley and Isaac Jordan would be fantastic. And in the meantime, I will, as always, throw up a little bit of a car showcase here today. What are we doing here today? What are we doing? Could do the Rebel racing car. Would not be bad. Could do the Nissan. We'll do the Nissan. We had a Nissan in the field today. We don't usually have that, so we'll throw that up in the showroom, and we'll see what we got here. Well, nobody in my chat yet. Here's hoping. Here's hoping. We'll see if anybody wants to come in. We had a fantastic end there, though. Fantastic. So let me try to figure out championship here. Murley will still probably stay atop the silver standings with the second place here today. He was only beaten by Isaac Jordan, who was not really in the hunt, but with that win, could be. What's that? 19 points to his name, probably. That'll bring him up to 35. So he'll be a threat, but he won't be leading. Yep, I hear you, Isaac. How's it going? So, talk us through that last second win there. Plucking victory from the jaws of, I don't want to say defeat, but second place. Fantastic win for you. The season's been a little bit rough. You had a really, really good opening round at Imola, but then since then it's been a little bit sparse. This kind of puts you into a semi-championship contender spot, but what are your thoughts on your chances to continue to perform at this level? Oh, hang on. I'm being told that you're not being broadcast to the stream. Let me try to fix that. Oh, I see the problem. I can fix this. Just give me a second here. It's my headset has an internal mixer on it, and for some reason my OBS has decided not to see that. There, you should be up now.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
I hear you. Does the chat? Do you hear him? I see an audio bar, so I assume he is good. But some affirmation from the stream chat would be good.
Hello. Testing.
Okay, well, they got you. All right. So I guess repeat everything you just said.
All right. Well, last turn overtake. I think I got lucky there with not being. I wasn't the fastest on track. But who was in front of me again? It was
Murley, the championship leader.
Yeah, he made the exact same mistake that I made like 3 laps earlier, which is how he got past me in the first place. So I know exactly how it feels making that mistake on the last turn. But yeah, I just got lucky with it on the end. I guess he was a bit distracted with the traffic that was immediately in front of him, and I had my fingers crossed that was going to happen. So I got lucky.
There was some chaos back at the corkscrew as well. I'm hoping somebody that was involved in that pops in. But anyways, I'm going to invite Freddie to the stage, and you guys can have some banter if you want. Freddie Murley, you came in today, the championship leader. You almost became our first repeat winner of the season, at least in the silver category. There has been a repeat winner in the iron category. You lost it on the last turn. You're still probably the championship leader. I'm doing like rough
yeah, I think so.
Head, but
I think I should
your
be.
Thoughts?
Yeah. He made the same mistake a few laps earlier, and I got some dirty air from the car in front when I started to brake, and yeah. That sent me a bit long and started to slid, and he did it perfect. So, yeah, not mad, but not happy either.
It was a good race. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was. So,
thanks, buddy.
It was very fun.
You both probably do owe that battle for the win to Stuart Parsons picking up a stop-go penalty for what I assumed to be speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, I think it did. So, when I saw that message popped up, it was just keep pushing, and Jordan had an amazing race. So, all credits to him.
Thanks. Yeah, I had a good amount of luck in my favor. Good race.
Same to you.
All right. I see a couple other people in the audience. Jeffrey, Robert, Brandon. If you want to speak, you got to raise your hand so that I can grant you that permission. There we go.
All right, I'll bow out. Good race.
Somebody
Thanks, Paul.
requested and then immediately de-requested. We'll get Robert Volt. Robert Volt, second place today in the category. You're, I imagine, still the championship leader. Your thoughts on today's race?
Yes, I'm still the championship leader for bronze at least.
Indeed, indeed. I'm looking at the results. Yeah, because the individual who beat you, Bach, it's gonna be close though.
Yeah, I mean it's close, but again, I really want to end this season and also a year with a proper bang, and actually, finish first position means something at least.
Indeed, you. Honestly, I don't have a lot of thoughts on your race. We didn't look at you a lot on the stream. There was action. There was action elsewhere.
The race was quite uneventful for me, so meh.
I guess the only question I have is your Max Simmons-esque strategy. I've explained to the stream what that is. I routinely race with a driver named Max Simmons who intentionally seems to wait till the last second of a pit window to pit. Your overcut. What is the logical thoughts on the matter of the super long first stint with you?
Oh, it's basically because I'm just maximizing the life expectancy of the tires.
Mm-hmm.
And just for the record, I didn't change tires again.
That would definitely not be good. That's weird because you had a 5 second slower pit stop than Bacher, and I assume Bacher did change tires. He's in the audience, so he can confirm or deny if he wishes.
Bacher, get your stage. Oh,
Bacher did not change his tires. Okay, so neither of you changed tires, and there was a 5 second pit delta. Interesting.
Yeah, I had the damage on the front of my car, so that's also why. Yeah.
Well, now you're really complicating the tactical brain in my head. Going, you had damage and you went with the heavy overcut.
Yeah,
it's not helping You're not helping your logic here.
Well, for the most part, it didn't really bother me, and even then, after the pit, I went slower than I did with damage on. So I don't even know myself.
I see. Well, maybe it just got you out of the groove that you were in. That
Possibly, maybe. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to invite Brandon Harvey to the stage, our Iron winner, I do believe. Brandon, I don't know if this was your debut. I haven't seen you race before, but you went out there, you showed well in qualifying, and pretty much were the top Iron guy for the entire day. How do you feel?
Yeah, pretty happy. My first ever race, to be honest.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Thank you. I couldn't do it without you. You was helping me yesterday in practice, and I did not expect P1 today in my class.
Well, a fantastic work, probably assisted by the fact that Sean Young appeared to have a rough day, and of course the Iron Championship leader, Professional Hater, was not here today, so that probably helped you. But you still made the absolute most of it, and we didn't see a lot of your race, so I don't have a lot of thoughts, but you were seemingly very, very consistent, and you stayed out of trouble at Laguna Seca, and that is phenomenal.
Yeah, I made it around one piece. I did have a little crash before pits, but it wasn't too bad. Got back on the track and kept going.
All right. Do you have any other thoughts, being the rookie man in the field?
This track is very hard. That's all I gotta say.
It's definitely not a track I'd recommend for your first competitive race. I'll say that much.
No,
but
no.
I guess in a nutshell, there isn't really a perfect one. So you put the time in, and you definitely got the result here today. The big victory, obviously missing the first 3 rounds. It's gonna be hard to be like a championship contender, but there's chances.
We're in it for the fun.
All right, I'm going to invite Jeffrey Bacher, who was the bronze winner today, to the stage. Number
Hello.
one, Mr. Bacher, am I pronouncing your name correctly or no?
It's good enough.
Okay. So you took the win today. You had a fantastic battle out there. I do want to ask. Towards the end of the race, you were caught up with a number of silver cars, kind of on. I guess you could call it recovery drives. They'd all had incidents or other things that had otherwise compromised their results a little bit. And it seemed like you were just kind of letting them through. Walk us through the mindset there on the matter, or if I'm just totally misreading the driving.
No, you're not misreading it. It's just a case of I have a solid lead against Robert. I don't want to get messed up in racing other people that are not in my class. So I can only lose from that. And if I'm racing them, then I'm losing time. Then Robert might get into range again, and that's just something I don't want. Very annoying when they go off track every 5 laps. Then, but that's. Have to deal with that.
Yeah, I think you were around a couple of the people who were driving with a little bit of the red rage on. I'm just trying to figure out here. You're probably going to be like second place in the championship, I'd imagine, coming out of this. Oh, maybe not actually. You might actually be the championship leader because of drop scores. Interesting.
I don't think so. I am 7 points down to Volt, and I only gained quick maths. I only gained 2, so it will be 5 points.
Yeah, but you have a 0 drop score already, and he does not. So that's
but that's what I mean. I have with the drop round he already has. I'm 7 points down before today, and I gained 2, so I'm 5 points down.
I mean, it depends. Obviously, how the drop ends up factoring in, and obviously attendance means that's going to be hard to predict. But I do believe that's going to put you on 48 points, and he's going to basically score 0 today because he's dropping a second place. Oh, wait, no. I see what you mean. Yeah, right. I get it. Pardon me, I'm being dumb. So yeah, it'll be about a 6-point gap.
Well, we'll see where we end up at the end of the season. It's annoying that I was really not able to race Bathurst.
Well,
because I was sick, so I was already asleep by the time the race started, I think. And it's just not in a good state of mind to do so. And it's really happy to have won again. I honestly should have won the first race of the season, but Imola, which also similar situation as today. A decent gap to Volt, and then just run out of fuel on the last lap because I miscalculated.
I do recall that.
It's unfortunate, but...
Oh, Robert Volt wants to be invited back to the stage, so hang on. Robert, you're back on stage.
Hello. Yeah, I also wanted to say that. Yeah, I do remember that, and I was quite puzzled by that. Wait, he's still... Yeah. That's all really. I just remember that happening in that race as well. So I was a bit bummed out.
Well, you've got however many rounds we have left to battle it out for the title. I really should actually look how many rounds are in the season at some point.
3 more.
3 more. All right. Well, 6
Yeah,
points, three races. Could be an interesting battle, and of course there are other people to impact you guys because obviously Adrian Maroon and Adam Stewart and a couple other people have don't seem to have like realistic chance at the championship, but they do have the speed to possibly mess up your goals.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna need that because it's out of my control basically because of missing Bathurst. I think a drop round to compete against is kind of annoying. It's in both ways. Having a drop round on someone is not as much of an advantage as you would think, but it's also annoying to have to race against them.
Obviously. Yeah, it puts the pressure on you to be at all 3 races and perform at a high level, whereas Robert does have that safety net of the bad result, not the bad result becoming his drop instead of instead of
Yeah, pretty much.
having to keep it.
Yeah,
Well,
it
is gonna be a tough run, but it is mathematically possible. The best kind of possible.
I just focus on just common easy driving at all times. So I don't really focus on pure pacing per chance in itself. So meh.
I do like that there seems to be a lively championship pretty much up and down the field. The Iron Championship's a little bit flat, but
Yeah,
but I don't know. Maybe the addition of Brendan Harvey will lighten it up.
pretty spry. But yeah, I'm always up for more competition in my in bronze in general.
All right, gentlemen. Do you have any final words? As there is no queue behind you, so we are on
Yeah.
your time.
I do want to put a quick shout out to Joshua Friedman. Passed away 1 year ago, unexpectedly to last year, and I raced against him in my first season. I think it was also his first season in the same division, together with Richard Oakes. Not sure where he is now, actually. Probably in gold, I think. But it's to be able to win for him on this day is pretty special. It's not. I'll have to admit, I didn't know it was today. It still hurts a little bit not him being here. Really, life sucks sometimes.
Yeah. Although I didn't know either this person or Dean, but it definitely sounds like these people meant a lot for this community.
Yeah, I always looked up to those two because seeing racing them for at the time it was AM, what is now based in the third division, because we only had 3 at the time, and racing them for the win, and then seeing them go to silver, and Richard then to gold. And that was I always kept an eye on them, even though we're not actually technically racing the game after they moved up and I didn't, but you always remember the first people you're racing in a series, and then when they go away like this, it just sucks. Yeah, sorry to end on a damper note, but
No, that's entirely appropriate, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is all for the stream here today, everybody. And great racing, somber thoughts, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. Good night, everyone.
Yeah. I'm also having some suspicions that we're going to drive the next endurance on Brands Hatch. I kind of hope it actually will be that track. So yeah.
Okay.